What is your body count?
Ooh, mine's what, in the 40s, but who really gives a f at the end of the day?
She got a list though.
I got a list. People break my heart. I use it for motivation. I'm like, f you, your d wasn't even that good.
Do you need some more motivation?
Well, if a girl take two man in a one night, then we know she's a. If she a clean up the whole of the neighborhood, then we know she's a.
At this point in our lives, 22 years old, I would say probably like 50 was my mom.
Oh, hell no!
If you're 22 years old and you say your body count's 50, we're gonna care. And it's actually not for the reason you think. See, you'd think that we'd have a problem with the fact that you've been f***ed by a new dude every month and a half for the last 6 years. But seriously, that's not the problem. The problem is that while you slept with those 50 dudes, none of them wanted to keep you around. And sure, there's gonna be a lot of women in the comment section who are like, no, I didn't want them. Then why'd you let them f*** you? You obviously wanted them. See, sex happens because you want it. Relationships happen because we want it. And if you've managed to sleep with 50 dudes by the age of 22 and none of them wanted to stay with you, even though you slept with them, none of them were like, well, that's worth dealing with her personality. That says something about you. And it ain't f***ing good. So ladies, please don't think it's slut shaming or anything like that. We just recognize that there's probably a good reason why none of those 50 wanted to keep you.
Welcome to the Lion Life channel. Many double standards exist in this world if we view things from an equality perspective. Some double standards favor women and some favor men. Now, as you all know, we don't live in a world where everything is equal, and men and women are not the same. We are both wonderful and different in our own ways, and our ancestral roles will not change no matter what the woke Western nations try to become. Now, why is a woman's body count looked down upon versus a man's body count, which is generally seen as a plus? Have you noticed that women will diss another woman with a high body count and go after a popular guy with a high body count? Flip the script. Men will reject women with a high body count for a long-term relationship and are celebrated by other men when they do have a high body count. Let me break this down for you lions. Why do men put such a premium on a woman with a low body count? When a man enters a relationship with a woman, she is the only thing he gets. Men don't get her income, her protection, her provision, or her social status. Men don't value these things. All we get is you, the lady, your beauty, your looks, your willingness to cooperate with us. And these are the things that we value. When a man sees that a woman does not care about her physical being compared to another woman, we have to make a choice. We have to make a decision. If this is how a woman treats her body at this moment in time, why would a man believe that she will be different in a marriage or a long-term relationship? A man expects a woman with a high body count not to change if they were to get together. Why should she change? She's always been that way.
So, are you cheating on your husband with him?
Yes!
We actually met here 2 months ago. He's
Here?
a cop. He works at the bars. I met him at it because I was here for a bachelorette.
And the rest was history?
And the rest is history. Yeah.
Just tell me.
No, I met him 2 months ago. Yeah, he's great. So we're just like figuring it out.
Okay. How long have you been married?
6 years.
Why do you want to leave him? Is he a piece of shit?
Not at all.
Ladies, how is the punani valuable for a man you have now if every other man has free access to said punani? An exclusive punani has more value to a man than a free-for-all punani. Ladies, your past does matter to a man of value, regardless if you think otherwise. Intimacy is a position of dominance for a man and a submission for a woman. A woman chooses to be dominated during intimacy, seeing that a man can do something bad to her if he wanted to in the moment. If any man can dominate a woman, how can a man of value be with you when you don't distinguish between men? You cannot have a high body count when you are highly selective of your sexual partners. Now, let's look at this from a different perspective. Let's say you have a group of ladies, like the ones shown here, and you have this young man here approaching them all separately to go back to his place for some punani healing. He does not beat around the bush with these ladies individually. He tells them exactly what he wants, straight up. Now, what do you think the likelihood of him having success is? We all know what that is, okay? It's slim to none, unless he is a very attractive guy and fulfill that picture a few of these ladies have in their head of what her ideal man is. And even that scenario, his chances are still slim to none. You see me? If he's lucky, he might have a shot at maybe one or two of them. That's it. To get further, he will have to put in some work over a period of time that these ladies are okay with. So a man just approaching a woman in the street, he's going to be more likely rejected, or he's going to have to put in some extra work to move through that punani door. You see me? Flip the script. Let's say you have these men right here being approached by this average looking lady separately. So she's going and talking to each of them separately. Let's assume she meet them on the streets one day, and she wants to take these guys back to her room for a good time, one at a time. So she meets one, she say, hey, blah, 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 let's go back to my room and have some fun. She meet the other one and she does the same thing. I guarantee you, most of these men will not hesitate to say yes. Why? Men and women don't view having sexual relations like this the same way. Men, on average, can go in and out. You hear me? In and out without a second thought. And women tend to be the opposite. Now, don't tell me that some women can be like men in the comments, okay? We all know that. They are not the average woman. The women who behave like men sexually, they're not the average lady. And over here, we talk about the average feminine ladies only. Okay? We don't talk about ladies who are trying to be like men. Let me leave you with a realistic lady who thinks with her head and not her feelings.
Does a person's body count matter in dating?
I personally don't want somebody that anybody can have, because if I'm going to hold myself accountable and not let anyone have access to me, what's fair in having someone that anyone can have access to?
So, do you think it matters or it doesn't matter?
Yeah, it can.
Do you think it matters more for men or for women?
It matters to men more, for sure, what the girl's body type.
Why do you think so?
Something about a master key and all the locks. I don't know.
I think the expression goes, a key that can open up any lock is a master key, but a lock that can be opened up by 50 keys is a shitty lock.
Hold tight. Me gone again.